Get off that wing. The only time I want you on the wing, as you know, right, is when there's a set play on, and especially in your defence. Watch that short side on our defence, okay? And up the ball with Hoops and Scotty and doing that yardage work for me. And then Brian, remember your job down that right-hand side of the paddock. That's where I want you to run. But make sure too, sometimes get outside of the Malcolm and run those gaps for me. If you can be really on the burst, you can do it.
Accuse Tom Raudonikis of anything, but don't accuse him of being indirect. If it's on Tom's mind, he'll say it. It just happens that when it comes to football, there's always been the more than occasional expletive involved. But in between the beeps is a share in the football instinct of one of the game's most fearless competitors.
Somebody will be up your arse all the time. But depth and distance is very important, and let's see it. But look, just have a look, peep over your shoulders there. There they are. There those are going to try to steal your money today. Now you blokes know what to do.
The Logan City Scorpions were in trouble at the beginning of the year. The also-rans of the Brisbane competition needed a swift about turn, so they brought in Raudonikis, renowned for doing the impossible with battling teams. Just when you thought rugby league coaches had suddenly become taciturn, thinking individuals, operating on a plane mere fans have little chance of understanding, enter Tom Terrific. As long as the management of Western Sydney are brave enough to select him, Raudonikis is ready for a return to Sydney after 11 years in Queensland.
First of all, it just started off as, geez, I'd like to do it, but now I'd really like to do it because I'm a life member at the club. For many years they've been down near the bottom, and I just like to go there and attack the problem, and I think I can really handle the problem. It comes down to one thing: a happy team is normally a successful team. Wests aren't a happy team, and I know that I can change all that.
Tom Raudonikis is understandably more aggressive in his approach than other coaches. He quite literally comes from the school of hard knocks.
This is what happens. Dressing room aggression.
The 60 Minutes showed in 1979, players at times forgot who the enemy was. When Tom served under coach Roy Masters in the late 1970s, football became more than a game. Masters made it a class struggle. West were the fibro dwellers and teams like Manly, the Silvertails.
Are we so second class that we're not supposed to have pride? Or does that comment mean in some other way that West are so low and so subhuman form of bloody species that you lose all pride when they beat you?
And the rivalries went beyond the football field. In 1982, Tom took on another halfback, Greg Oliphant, in the boxing ring.
On the night, Tommy was too strong for me. He was 13.5 stone, I was 11 stone.
He could fight.
Oh, he was like a windmill, but I couldn't duck quick enough. But no, I say it was a headbutt, but Tommy said it was a left hook, and good luck to him.
Being the underdog hasn't been hard for Tom to accept. The 44-year-old has always been a fighter, born to a Lithuanian father and Swiss mother in a New South Wales country town.
It was an oval named after me at Cowra, and I was virtually brought up in Cowra, but people got to know that I was born in the migrant camp at Bathurst, and we lived in the migrant camp at Cowra, and then we moved into town, and that was where I was brought up. And it's a great little place, Cowra.
But it's a long way from Cowra to Queensland.
Yeah, that's right, but I really enjoyed Cowra. But if you have a look out here and what I've done in 11 years, well, it'll surprise you.
Show me.
Right, let's have a look. Well, Michael, as you see out here, we've got beautiful parklands. And see, that's a soccer oval here, right? I've got a creek running down here with a bike track. And so what you got to realise, I'm only 5 minutes from the heart of Brisbane. And if I want to go to the race course or to the airport, everything's 5 minutes away.
Tom set himself up comfortably in Brisbane, but he's ready to move south. It seems the major stumbling block between him and the West job is an image problem that he's been stuck with since his playing days. It seems some league officials are nervous about this rough diamond, too rough to fit the restrained image of the modern coach.
So I'm starting to get a bit sick of this, the battler's tag, and people think that I go out in the piss every week, excuse the French, but that's what they think. And they think I get in fights. I don't do that. You know, I don't do that. It's not my caper. And but if they want to think I'm like that anyway, who cares? Who cares? I lead my life. They can think what they think about me. But one thing about me, Michael, is just say I do get in fights every week. Who cares? One thing I'm honest. And I'm straight down the line, and maybe that's why I am successful. Who's to say?
My argument is, you know, what's a bloke got to wear a tie for? You know, does that make him a man? Why's he got to wear a Pierre Cardin suit? It doesn't make him a better coach. You know, coaches like Tommy, he's got a great character off the field and on the field, and he doesn't need that all that fruit salad on him. You know, he can just be Tommy Raudonikis.
What do you like in a tomato yourself?
I'm not a great connoisseur of tomatoes between, you know.
Do you eat tomatoes?
Well, very occasionally.
Do you get sick of tomatoes?
No, I don't. I dream of them at night. I'm saying, oh geez, I'm missing 2 tomatoes from Messi. Where are they? So I count tomatoes in my sleep. It's like sheep.
The fact is, if Tom does get the nod from down south, he'll have to leave a flourishing business at the Brisbane markets. For a battler, Tom's doing pretty well.
They're not worth 80 cents. Come on, give me a go. I know I'm a Queenslander, but just give me a go.
Listen, I'll tell you what. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Tom. Nothing's changed.
Tom Tomato would have to give up haggling over his favourite fruit. Workmates like Ronnie Bond would have to find someone else to play with. What about this Raudonikis?
What about him?
Will you miss him if he goes to Sydney?
Of course we'll miss him. He's the life of the party.
It's like any business, it's all PR. But in this industry, it's good we don't have to be that polite.
Are you a good PR man?
Oh, well, I think so. I think I'm a very good PR man. I'm the best. Maybe I should have been in politics, who's to say?
It's not over yet.
No, but I think I'd rather stick to tomatoes between me and you. So you both got to start reading the game a little bit better in defence zone. Attack's going beautiful. But you start reading the game better in defence, right? And just watch, especially that right-hand side, I'm getting very short and they're getting away on me.
The more you have to do with Tommy, the more you forgive the rough edges. And the more his love for and knowledge of the game become apparent. Tom joined Logan City after achieving minor miracles in bringing the Brisbane Norths and Ipswich clubs to grand finals. But management here, that's the football office between the posts, didn't sign him to a contract. He's on a handshake. Ken Coles doesn't want to let him go, but knows he can't stop him.
He's done wonders for our club, and I can't see any reason why he won't be successful in Sydney if he goes.
Tom's captain Glenn Haggarth has been with him for 10 years, but didn't think he'd survive their first meeting. Now they're good friends.
I was terrified when I first went to train. I thought he's going to punch me in the dressing shed or whatnot. And that's the image that he was perceived, and I think that came a lot from the papers and that.
Watching the coach at work last week and knowing the West's motivational methods of old, you wonder just how far Tommy would take things in Sydney. There are plenty of stories about how he's given players heart, but once he followed it to the letter.
One stage there in Ipswich, we were playing up in North Queensland, somewhere against North Queensland, and he got an ox's half from the butchers and brought it in and shoved it on the table and said, "Right, you blokes, I want you all to show a bit of this today. I'm not happy with how much you give me with it." But that was the end of the story, you know. We didn't cook it and eat it raw and like everybody says, you know, and all this garbage.
Why wouldn't you, as a case, try whatever little ploy you can use to get the best out of... And if it works, it doesn't matter how silly it is, as long as it works, well, it's great, isn't it?
What makes Raudonikis a better chance of making it to West is that he has the backing of another larrikin, Adman John Singleton.
Sponsorship's one of those lucky things. The only industry in Newtown with any growth prospects is break and enter. And this makes it pretty hard to get a sponsor. There's no industry in the area.
It was Singleton who took his mate from West to Newtown in 1980. Even though the sun was setting on Tom's career, he still brought his team tantalisingly close to a remarkable victory against the red-hot favourites Parramatta in the grand final of 1981.
Raudonikis is in! He'll go berserk! Look at him! That's a bad defensive lapse.
2 years after that loss, Newtown, of course, left the big-time league in 1983. But diehards believe there may be a chance for a Newtown resurrection with Wes. And Tommy and Singo, whose partnerships included a once-only boxing match in the Sydney Opera House, may be the pair to stage manage it all.
Everything points to success with John Singleton and me, right? We get together, we must be just, there's some catalyst there that makes us successful.
If Tom does make it to Sydney, he will doubtless turn heads and offend ears. But like the new breed of super coaches, he would employ trainers, statisticians and skills men. When you throw in this man's old-fashioned passion, the combination could prove potent.